What's going on, everybody?
No, just another beautiful day in paradise, my friend. So do you prefer SafeMoon Michael, or can I just call you Michael?
You can call me whatever you want, man. I'm cool with Michael, though.
All right, cool.
What's going on, everybody?
Michael, what's up, man?
How's it going, Michael? I'm the one that reached out to you. Big time fan. Watched quite a few of your YouTube videos, bro.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for tuning in.
I think we're going to give it a few more minutes, let some more people trickle in.
Yeah, for sure. Is it all right if I record the conversation to post to my
100%.
YouTube channel later?
Absolutely.
All right, cool.
Absolutely. I do charge per word I speak, though, so I'll just send you my bill.
Yeah, definitely. Just send me that. Send me your SafeMoon address. Receive address, though. Make sure.
Michael, how often do you come out with videos?
Every day.
You do daily?
I do daily. Do.
Do. Nice.
No, but I do.
I see you're pretty close to 31,000 followers or subscribers. That's huge.
We are definitely getting there. I'm excited.
Big, huge. Congratulations on that. That's
Thank
a huge
you.
accomplishment. I think I have all of 2 followers on my YouTube, and one's me and one's my wife. So I'm almost there.
Hey, man, that's your biggest supporter right there.
He definitely is.
Yeah, but
send me a link to your YouTube, Martin. I'll follow you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
yeah, definitely post it in the chat. I'll give you subscribe as well there.
I actually don't have any videos up there, so there's not much content.
Okay. I was gonna say you should try the daily uploads. I think that's really helped out.
It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress for sure.
So I want to ask you questions, but I guess I want to wait a little bit.
Yeah,
let's give
whatever
it
you guys want.
Well, just about you did you start before SafeMoon with the YouTube thing, or is that new?
The channel, the SafeMoon Michael channel, I started with SafeMoon. I have dabbled in YouTube ever since I was like 10 years old. And I have multiple channels that I had started, and I actually built one up, sold one a while back. It was in the video game space,
Right.
specifically with Roblox. So I actually never played a game of Roblox in my life, but my friend did, and so I helped him with his YouTube channel. We grew it and sold it.
Very cool.
But what I want to do is finally commit to creating a piece of content per day around a topic that I was interested in. And my friend just told me about SafeMoon on like April 19th, like right around peak. And I was just like, I was extremely excited about it. First off, because I hopped onto Twitter, saw people were going crazy about SafeMoon. And you know what happened after the peak, the all-time high there. But that's when I got invested, and that's when I started creating content around it, because I saw an opportunity to report the news and what's going on within the community. And I try not to make it too hype. I try to stay fact focused and kind of bring a little crypto education into it, because that's ultimately what I'm excited about. But obviously I love SafeMoon, and that's how it all started.
Did you say you got in at the all-time high?
I did.
I'm sorry.
That's rough.
No, it's all good.
I was getting in there right on the peak, but yeah. I'm in the same boat.
I started a little before and then bought the dip quite a few times on the way down.
Hey man, I've been buying the dip ever since.
Yeah, the problem is when the dip just keeps getting dippier. So Michael,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. So, as far as like crypto goes, is SafeMoon like your first dabble into the cryptocurrency space?
In terms of like personal investment?
Yeah.
No. I have been interested since early 2020. I with the start of the pandemic and everything with work, I had some free time. I was at home, and that's kind of when I really got into it.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. But SafeMoon is my first, we'll say, dabble at DeFi, which I've grown more and more interested in every single day as I learn more and more.
100%. Yeah, that's exactly what we're about in here. Is just there's so many cool projects, like you just said, in DeFi. Just like come talk about all of them. We want to hear about all of them.
Yeah. I'm happy to talk about any projects.
What excites you right
Well-
now? This new Surge contract, probably.
That does excite me, definitely. I personally have been interested in Ethereum for a while now, since the beginning of 2020, and since I really dove into crypto when I had a little free time. So Ethereum is something I've been bullish on, still am bullish on. So just having a project built around Ethereum that literally does not decrease in value, and I mean, that's exciting to me.
Absolutely. So, I mean, Michael, with you being interested in Ethereum, please tell me that you've crossed Papa's bridge to the Ethereum side to get some P SafeMoon, because you are in the noble church of P SafeMoon.
I know I am. I did explore that bridge. I won't lie to you. Not a lot of money went over to the P SafeMoon side, but I did explore the bridge just to make sure that it was
10
legitimate.
million. That's 10 million is all it takes. Well, 11 million because you got to pay Papa's fee.
Right.
The bridge is there. You have to take your 10 million exploration over there.
Yeah. So I have explored it. Have not used my P SafeMoon at all, though. I'll be honest with you. I'm interested to see what the future of that is, though.
Yeah, I think we kind of all are interested to see what the future of that is here. But I am glad that you crossed the bridge. We're firm believers in the bridge that Papa built. We show that we appreciate his work by crossing that bridge. So mostly everyone in the Church of P SafeMoon has crossed over, or at least purchased P SafeMoon on the Ethereum side. So Michael, SafeMoon Michael, feel free to go ahead and put a lowercase p in front of your name, and you could be P Safe Michael for crossing the bridge.
I was actually, I as soon as I hopped into the Discord, I saw everybody had a P in front of their name, and I was gonna do it, and I am not great with Discord, so I couldn't figure out how to change my name. So,
we'll look you up on the back end.
Yeah, thanks, thank you.
But to answer your question, though, one of the things we were trying to do in the beginning was look at P SafeMoon as a day trading option, right? Because if you buy it, and it's subject to change, but if you buy it with Ethereum, you don't pay the fee in and out. Now, if you cross the bridge, you do, but just buying with Ethereum. So, with that in mind, there's the potential to day trade it and burn it because it gets locked up on the Binance side when you buy it on the Ethereum side. So to day trade and help the burn, but Ethereum's so expensive.
The
Right.
gas fees, man.
The gas fees, right. I crossed the bridge. I have not actually bought with Ethereum.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. Just cross Papa's bridge, and contribute that way. So I went ahead and changed your name to P Safe Michael. Welcome to the Church of the Noble P.
I appreciate it. That's awesome.
So what do you think about these new bridges coming up in September, Wax and EOS?
I'm intrigued by Wax. I'm not too familiar with EOS and all that. The possibilities are there, but Wax just bridging over to the NFT space excites me. So
yeah, we're excited about.
Again, though, I just don't know what it all is going to entail. Like with P SafeMoon, I'm just kind of lost what we're gonna do over on the Ethereum side with the bridge. Like I get the fact that having these bridges does, in case something happened to Binance while we don't have our own blockchain, how it's beneficial to kind of mitigate that risk of BNB going to zero and the value of SafeMoon going to zero. But at the same time, I would like a little more instruction on what to do with those coins that have crossed over.
Absolutely, and right now we're kind of just leaning on Papa's blind faith, right? We know he built the bridge for a reason. We don't quite know what that reason is yet, but we're still holding our peace, SafeMoon. And hey, the reflections aren't bad on that side. They're not bad.
No,
Very cool.
I agree with you though. Yeah, I think like the bridge came out and then it was just kind of there. So when the other bridges come out, I'm sure that their Papa will give us more instructions.
Yeah, hopefully it'll reveal itself and it'll all make sense in time. And I know new bridges are in the works as well. At least I think new bridges are in the works as well. But who knows? It's just I've seen a lot of.
He has all the insider information here.
No, I don't have insider information. And despite what people might say, I've not once been paid by SafeMoon. I get that a lot from fuzzsters out there talking bad on my name, telling me that I'm paid by SafeMoon to create the content I do every day. So
I can assure you they haven't paid me either.
Yeah, right.
Has there been anybody reach out to you with an offer along those lines?
Other cryptos?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go in your business like that. We just met, but just say.
I was gonna say my email is flooded with a lot of scammy coins offering me money to talk about them. But as far as SafeMoon, I actually did apply for a PR position like a month back, and I just saw an opportunity there to specifically with YouTube. I mean, what I'm pretty decent at, and some other social media stuff. I saw an opportunity, so I did apply, but have not heard anything back. So we'll see what happens.
We'll tweet Papa. We'll get a hashtag going.
We're gonna get a hashtag SafeMoon Michael for PR. We got it. Let's go, guys. Get it trending on Twitter.
I love it.
So, Michael, the DeFi space as a whole, this has been a kind of a crazy week for the whole crypto world, man. Have you been following this legislation that got passed to the House and the Senate?
Yes, I have.
Yeah? What are your initial thoughts on it?
Well, I actually don't. I've been extremely busy today, so I have no clue what happened today. So can you update me on did it get passed? I have not paid attention at all today.
I'm in the same boat as you. I haven't paid attention since yesterday. The last I knew, it went to the Senate. Or I'm sorry, past the Senate was going to the House. Right.
Okay. So I'm a little worried for the DeFi space. I will say.
It's I'm glad that it passed the Senate, and we had the amendment in there that didn't factor in with the nodes or the miners. It really just affected centralized exchanges, which makes sense, right? So obviously, if you're on a centralized exchange in the U.S., you have to KYC. We get it. We understand that, and for them to report it, I understand it. But I think at least in my perspective, you have a lot of people there that are in the Senate or in the House that really just don't understand crypto, right? And when you don't understand something, you're obviously going to fear it and you're going to kind of shy away from it.
Right. No, that's that's how I feel as well. It just doesn't make sense because of the extreme innovation and opportunity there is within the DeFi space and within crypto as a whole. So to push that elsewhere is, in my opinion, an issue, considering the fact that I do live in the United States, and that would really cause problems moving forward with crypto and DeFi within the United States.
So it's not even like we're definitely not against, regulations can be put in place to protect people. There's rules. We're not necessarily against any of that. There's just no way that they understand it, right? It's just not possible. There are a bunch of, like Ted Cruz said, there are a bunch of 70, 80-year-old people, and they just don't have a grasp on the technology. So how could they possibly legislate it? So I think probably kicking the can down the street for somebody else for another time for time to learn would be important. And then I'm also curious on what you think even regulating DeFi would look like.
That's what I don't know. I'm all for regulations. I think that there's way too many scams, way too many people losing money every single day within crypto. So I'm for regulations if they're done correctly. Which, that was my hope with the amendment that was getting pushed. At least that was a step in the right direction, in my opinion, from what I know.
Yeah, because DeFi is less right now.
Right. And so what regulation would, I have no clue. Honestly, I have no clue what regulation would look like in the DeFi space. And that's why I'm a little worried, because I want regulation, but at the same time, it kind of goes against everything that decentralized finance is.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes sense, right? Like it's how much is too much and how much is not enough.
Right.
We're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Michael, would you consider yourself I hate this word, but I'm gonna throw it out there. Would you consider yourself a SafeMoon maxi?
Not at all.
Not at all. I like that. And you know what? Obviously, I don't have a huge voice. Like I said, I have 2 YouTube followers and I have like 10 Twitter followers. So I'm not that big of a deal. But maybe you can help push this. But we need to, especially with everything going on with the laws and the lawmakers that are trying to pass these bills. Like we need to start thinking as less of being a SafeMoon maxi or a Doge maxi and being like a crypto maxi, right? We want all this projects to succeed, and we kind of got to come together with a unified voice now. This is just the beginning, right? We have a long road ahead of us and a long fight ahead of us. Absolutely.
No, I completely agree. I mean, anyone who's just off the jump poo-pooing an up an innovative project within the DeFi space, just because it's not named the same name as the project that you are currently invested in, I'm not for that at all. At all. I mean, if you look at any other space within the financial world, it just wouldn't make sense to, let's look at the stock market. I know it's centralized and completely separate, but let's look at the stock market. If you want to diversify, first off, I believe it's smart, not financial advice, but you might buy AMC and you might buy Cinemark because you love movie theaters. So why not invest in both if you love movie theaters and think there's potential for the future growth of movie theaters in that industry, right? That's just how I look at it. So I would not consider myself a SafeMoon maxi. While I love SafeMoon and while I've created content every single day, sometimes multiple times a day for SafeMoon, all for free, by the way. I mean, I know I get ad revenue from YouTube. There's benefits there, but SafeMoon's not paying me. I'm doing this for free because it was a project I enjoyed, right? If I see something I enjoy in the future, I'm going to talk about it because I have that right to. And people have the right to watch the content or not, right? So that's just kind of how I feel about it.
I completely agree with you, and I think one of the things people might have been concerned about is they think that by supporting other projects, that's money that could be going into SafeMoon. But I think there's plenty of money in DeFi for multiple projects to be successful. What you said is true. There's way too many scams, so there's a lot of money that's being wasted too. But there's a ton of legitimate projects that some of them are SafeMoon spinoffs, Safe Earn, Safe Vault. Some of them are completely unrelated. Nobility, Meta Hero is one that we talk about in here quite a bit. Like people that are doing really cool stuff, and even like some a crap coin, I'll call it that I was looking at the other day was closing. You couldn't buy or sell it on a particular day of the week, so it was innovating a way where it was closing the crypto market for a day for itself, so you could kind of like not even pay attention to it. So just cool stuff that a lot of people are doing.
Yeah, and look at Surge. It is literally a vehicle, a financial vehicle that goes up in value. And by no means am I shilling it. I'm just saying, like, that is factual. If you look at the code, you look at the math, that is literally what happens with Surge. So it's just like innovations are happening every single day within this space of things that we can't even imagine right now. Like in a year, it's going to be a whole different world in terms of finances. It's crazy.
Absolutely. Hey, we are huge fans of SafeMoon Mark's money-making machines around here.
Hey, Michael, what's your thoughts on the SafeMoon AMA this last Sunday?
like the SafeMoon Sunday with CEO John and Jack.
Yeah. How'd you like the AMA? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I was excited about all the announcements that were made. And I am happy that there was a little bit more transparency. I think it was a little more straight to the point, answering questions that people wanted to hear the answer to. In my personal opinion, I don't think that so much should be going into like the set and everything. Like I'm sure a lot of resources went into like the higher quality set that they recorded these videos in the
Absolutely.
headquarters or wherever they are. I think really if they would just, release even a podcast or just their voice recording of that information, like that's good enough. But I like the transparency. I was happy with the information that was provided.
Yeah, absolutely. You said it right. This was the first time we saw an AMA where we had like different camera angles. They were swapping from standing to sitting. Like this was a high production AMA. It
was like that. I don't know if you've ever watched a Binance AMA, but they really put resources into like the production quality of their AMAs.
What did you think of the wallet? Do you have the wallet?
I just got the iOS wallet today, and I tried to get the Android one on my tablet that's like 5 years old, and it crashed every time I tried to open it, and still is crashing. So I don't think it's ever going to work. But the wallet that I did get today, I'm happy about. It was pretty. It worked much better than day one of the Android beta, and there were not as many bugs. It has not crashed once for me. I'm actually looking at it right now. There's definitely some feedback that I have already provided and probably will continue to provide as I continue to play around with it. But I was happy with it. I think it looks nice. I think it's user friendly, and I'm really hoping for that buy button day one.
I mean, so that's a great point here. I mean, I downloaded the wallet. I know a lot of people downloaded it today. But with that being said, like, on his opinion, like, were you expecting more from the initial beta? Like,
does it look? I'm sorry, Martin. I'll just ask him. Does it look real Trust Wallet-ish to you?
Yes, yeah, it does. I'm sure there's a reason for it.
Sure,
but yes, it looks very Trust Wallet-ish.
You got plans for a video?
I'm sorry, I kind of missed that.
You got plans for a whole reveal video? I'm assuming. How many days you think can look out for that one?
For what reveal video? I'm sorry.
You're gonna do something. You're gonna do a YouTube video around the wallet since you just got it.
I've done a couple. I put one out today, just giving a full overview of the wallet today.
James is working all day, so he missed that video
and a walkthrough.
So out of the whole AMA on Sunday, the biggest thing that kind of stuck out to me was V2 of the token. What do you think that could be?
That is a great question. I'm going to go with what my hope is, and I'm 99.9% sure it's not the case. But I'm hoping that it is some sort of like surge SafeMoon. I don't think it's going to be the case, but if it was, I think that would be amazing. Essentially a way to hedge the downward price movement that we've seen recently. I think that would be awesome.
Mike, I think that would be awesome too. And we kind of speculated on it that because when it came out, it just kind of felt like a function in a contract. It's not a token. You know what I mean? It's not a whole thing. It's just a contract you send money to. Right. So it kind of felt like a dry run. And maybe they were going to replace something in the current contract that isn't so great with it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my hope. And it doesn't make sense to me. I know SafeMoon Mark well. We talk pretty often. It doesn't make sense to me that he hasn't released it yet. So that does make me believe that there's going to be some sort of connection there. But who knows? It's completely speculation. I just that's my hope. I would love to see it.
So talking about this version 2 token, this version 2 contract. There's been a lot of people over the last couple of days or since Sunday that have talked kind of what it could be, what it could mean for the space. Let me ask you a question. So let's say this version 2 contract comes out, and we actually see that they remove that swap and liquify function. Like, what do you think that does for the credibility to Ryan Dunn's claim? Like it was a problem from the get go, and now they're fixing it.
I mean, he's just at that point, his claims are debunked completely. I don't, to be honest, I still can't wrap my head fully around the swap and liquify function, and yeah, I don't know enough about it. But if we were to create a token, I know hypothetically we would have a price that goes up.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm just saying, like from the standpoint of that debate, right? So in this new V2 contract, if they just remove that entire swap and liquify function, do you think that gives merit to Ryan Dunn's claim? Like, oh, hey, maybe it was a problem and we removed it. I think that doesn't that kind of give him a pedestal to stand on, saying like, oh, well, I told you.
Yeah, because it would have to replace it. It would have to. That's kind of what I was saying. Because if we have a function similar to Surge, but it does the opposite.
Right.
Clearly, if you look at our chart, you can kind of see that, right? So
right.
That would come out if the Surge protocol that formula came over. It would be to replace that.
Right, and I think that the team. I mean, the team knows that there's an issue with the swap and liquify function.
Gotcha.
I mean, they have to. It's clear. What Ryan Dunn was saying partially is, I mean, it was factual. It was factual that there is an issue unless the price continues to go up at this percentage. Unless, as the price is stagnant, it's going to go down because of the swap and liquify function.
I'm happy to hear you say that, because you couldn't say that to a lot of people for a while and not get ran out of the community. But there was merit to what Ryan Dunn had to say.
Here's where what he's missing though is he's taking SafeMoon at today's transaction volume, not taking into account any potential catalyst that we have coming up in the future.
Absolutely, yeah. That's the point that was left out of here. But I mean, I get it. It was in the contract. If they recognize it was an issue and they come out in this V2 contract and they remove it or they replace it with Mark's automatic money making machine functionality. I just don't want to see video. We're going to see a video where Ryan says, "Oh, I told you," because they fixed it.
Hey, I'm all for it, man. He was correct. If he's gonna, if he's gonna rub it in somebody's face, whatever. But we have the new token that works perfectly.
And that's it. That's it.
It is what it is. I mean, hey, go ahead.
Our catalyst with that version of tokenomics, insane.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Right. And everything that SafeMoon has in the future and the potential there is there. That's why I every day, man, I'm hoping and praying that, the team delivers as we expect they will, which I do believe they do. I mean, they have some talent for sure. They have some talented people on the team. I just hope that they deliver the way we believe they will.
Hey, Michael, do you own any Surge or Safe Vault or Safer?
Yeah, I do.
A little bit of each, or?
Yeah, I mean, I have dabbled in the Surges. Right now, all I hold is Surge Ethereum. I did have a little bit of Safe Vault myself, as well.
What about Safe Earn?
I have not actually had any Safe Earn, to be honest.
Okay. And talking obviously the big thing out right now that's happening is there's kind of like this split between the community between Safer and Safe Vault, right? And obviously they're both similar projects where they're looking to help the overall volume of SafeMoon by helping the burn and transactions and everything else. But like, what is your thought about the multiple projects coming out? Kind of doing the same thing. Do you think that for obviously everyone, the contract creator, developer, they're making money off the contract. We get it, we understand that. But do you think that this is like this is the first two of many we're going to see in the future? Like, do you think that the community should just pick one over the other and everyone run with that one? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
They are two completely separate contracts. So I would encourage anyone to look at the contract before, and if you don't know how to read a contract, then you should do a little education before investing your money into any smart contract like that. But I would just encourage anyone to read the contract before investing. But if you do read the contract and you see the benefits that it could have for SafeMoon, then I am all for any project within the space. And even if there's 1 million copies, I'm all for it, because at the end of the day, that's going to contribute to the transaction volume for SafeMoon. Any project that's built around transaction volume for SafeMoon, I am all for.
You're all about it.
I am all about it, because at the end of the day, with transaction volume comes more burn, less supply, higher price.
Yeah, this guy gets it.
So I don't think there should be the division between safe vault and safe earn. There is 1,000,000% going to be another coin, another token that pops up, just like safe vault, safe earn. I'm sure when people see a token being successful or having some success within the space, there's going to be copycats. We've seen 1 million reflection tokens since SafeMoon.
Safe Vault coming soon. Don't mind the gas fees. It'll cost you $45 to spend 10.
Okay. That's a good question. So the Surge Ether contract, you sent it BNB, and what did send it back? What did it send back to you?
Surge ETH, and it's pegged, Binance pegged Ethereum.
Yeah, it's pegged to wrap BNB. I mean, wrapped Ethereum.
Wrapped Ethereum, yeah.
And so when Ethereum goes to $8,000 by the end of the year, you're sitting good.
Essentially, if I hold that long, but who knows? I just I don't know. I mean, the great thing is that so the way the Surge contracts work is there's the 6% fee coming in, 6% fee going out. With transaction volume coming in, the price goes up. Once it hits that 12%, I mean, you do whatever you want with it. You can let it sit and keep getting profit every single day with every single transaction that comes in or goes out. Or you can sell it. So.
There's more to it than that, though, because if that was the case, then the only incentive would be to buy early. If the only thing that made you money is people buying in behind you, then I mean that would be an entirely different thing. It's also value tied to the underlying asset. So like BNB with the other one, BNB's on a tear. It might be over 400 now. I haven't looked, but BNB went on a tear. That's why the other Surge did so well, and Ether is going to tear.
Right. No, I should have definitely prefaced with that as well. But it all depends on what the underlying asset is, and there's obviously Surge USDT, or I believe it's BUSD that it's backed by. But either way, yeah. If you just want to let your money sit and be backed by the US dollar, then go ahead and do that.
That's like the slowest of savings accounts, guys.
It really is. But
that's like the most stable, conservative savings account you could possibly get. Hey, but you know what? Though? At least you know your money won't be going down, right?
Well, technically,
low risk, low reward.
Hey, it's better than a savings account offered by a major bank within the United States, I'd say.
Or waking up rug pulled.
But yeah, well, that too.
Michael, let me ask you a question here. So obviously you're in the DeFi space. You said you look at a lot of projects here. Have you yourself ever been rug pulled?
I have not been rug pulled, no.
Ooh. Okay, I got rug pulled this morning thanks to James.
Congratulations, sir.
Oh no. What project, if you don't mind me asking?
Part of what the church does is for fun. We like to snipe shitcoin launches. So when you snipe shitcoin launches for fun, sometimes you get rug pulled.
Sometimes you get rug pulled. You get honeypotted. James is on a 2-for-2 record the past 8 days. He got me into a rug pull and a honeypot in the same week. So big shout out. Thundercake worked out great for me. I 10x my money on that one. The other two didn't work out too well.
Yeah, Mike, it reflects
awesome.
it reflects cake and something called thorium I had never heard of before, but people
I've
love
actually heard of thorium. Just I see the craziest names on my timeline on Twitter now that I follow so many people in the DeFi space.
I own all of them.
I believe it. That's awesome. I'm still I probably won't go into details, but I've actually for the last 4 years worked for a major bank within the United States, which how ironic is that? But but yeah, so I still have like my risk management background that kind of worries me sometimes before I get into any project. So I really I look at the contract, I talk to developers if I can before investing anything into any of the projects in DeFi, because without regulation, you kind of have to be your own regulator.
And that's 100% what we try and do over here is just let these developers come in and talk about their product and let everybody come together and just be able to ask questions and then decide if they think it's legit or not.
Yeah,
So,
sweet.
It's actually a funny story how the noble church kind of started here, right? So obviously we all met together because we all held SafeMoon at one point, or a whole SafeMoon. But then we started talking about other projects, and we started having questions and doing our own research, and it's always better when you have a group of people that you can bounce ideas off of, or everyone has a specialty, right? Like James great at looking at projects, he's great at like trade TA. We have people here that can look into the solidarity, the contract, and see, make sure there's nothing glaring that's going to stick out. So it's nice that a community can be built around that, and everyone's kind of helping each other out.
It's wild, man. I have a Discord, not many people on it, but I do have a Discord, and the people just from watching my YouTube videos who've made their way onto my Discord, like there's one guy who's a CEO of a company, one guy, he's a lawyer. Just the backgrounds and the people that I've gotten exposure to and connection with just through creating content around SafeMoon is it's unbelievable, honestly.
So, SafeMoon Michael, I've seen that you collabed with SafeMoon Mark at one point before you became, the SafeMoon Mark. And SafeMoon Joe at another point. Is there any collabs that you're going to be doing in the future?
Potentially, but you want to know a funny story about SafeMoon Mark and how I even found out who he was?
Yes.
I was creating videos. I've actually been creating SafeMoon videos since May 6th. I made it a goal of mine to create a video a day, at least. I wanted to do that for 30 days just to see what would come of it. Obviously, that's gone on for way longer than that. But I was creating videos. I saw a video, like SafeMoon Mark's first video. I saw he was doing whiteboard, animation. Well, not animation, but you know how he makes his videos with the explanations and everything. Yeah. So I tried my hand at that, and I've done it for one video. I forget what video it was, but the first comment and the most liked was, "I wonder where you got this idea." And it was SafeMoon Mark. And I was like, dude, I'm a fan of yours. And so we got to talking after that, and I got him on the show and everything, or not the show, the YouTube channel and everything. So
I think we're all fans, and hopefully you'll put in a good word for the church, and Mark will come by.
You guys got to come up with your own token and outsource the
absolutely
outsource the development.
I feel like that's a lot of work.
Well, you could always hire a Solidity dev.
Well, I mean, I hear a pretty good one. So, like I said, if you want to put a good word in,
yeah, I'm gonna need 10% of whatever you pay him, though. If I get you in contact,
no problem. I'll pay you. I'll pay you in P SafeMoon.
Mike came
my
in
favorite.
10% of the founders fee.
No, I'm just kidding.
So Michael, could we bring some people up here and ask you some questions? Maybe bring up the Surge capitalists in Talden. They're kind of from Surge. Maybe you could ask them a few questions on your behalf and our behalf.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, let's. Yeah. I agree, Ed. I think we can move this thing. If you're cool with that, Mike, I'll just start letting one or two people up. We'll let people rotate through if they want to talk to you.
Can you bring up Surge capitalists, especially Talden if he wants to? They're part of the Surge team.
I think I
see familiar faces there.
I turned off the thing. All right, sorry guys, I turned it back on. People couldn't request because I had turned it off.
While we're waiting for people to come up here, just a question here. Question from someone in the crowd is: have you ever considered playing on the Minecraft server? It would be great to. It would help grow your YouTube channel.
I believe it would. I had some experience growing a Roblox channel. I know they're completely separate, but gaming on YouTube is massive. So I have not considered, because I wouldn't know what to do if I started, to be honest with you. I'm more of like a first person shooter type of guy. Like, I love Warzone. Was huge in Fortnite for a while. That kind of stuff.
I'm just saying, Michael, if you ever want to get the smoke here, man, let me know. 1v1 me.
Hey, yeah, let me know. Send me 1v1 quickscope me.
I got you.
Sponsored by Nobility.
So we got Surge Capitalist up here. Michael, I don't know if you know the Surge mod over there here, but welcome, Surge Capitalist.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Yeah, thanks for having me up here. Happy to answer any questions you have about Surge or anything in general. I also play first-person shooters, so happy to discuss that as well.
What's your position over there?
At Surge?
Yes.
So my background is newly appointed to the leadership team, also serving as a senior mod on the team. Right now, really kind of helping herd cats, if you will, making sure that all of our marketing operations are coming together. Since Mark is innovating at such a high clip, we're trying to make sure that we can get everything else caught up. That's kind of the main charter. I would say how I kind of really got involved here is I'm a venture capital scout and angel investor by day, and seen a lot of innovation happen where founders have created a lot of great open source technology or technology in general, and didn't set themselves up in a way to appropriately monetize or sustain the ecosystem long term. So really started bouncing ideas in a way that allowed him to be able to ultimately long term do so without diverging from the mantra of keeping DeFi decentralized. And so that's really where I stepped in and have provided guidance.
Well, thank you for coming into the space. Like, one of the things the space needs is venture capitalists that are willing to take high risk, because it's super high risk right now. But the space needs money, so appreciate that.
Hey, Michael, you
Absolutely.
have any questions for Surge?
I'm sorry. What was that?
Do you have any questions for Surge Capitalist?
No, I feel like I have a very good understanding of Surge and how it works. But I appreciate you being up here. If people have questions for Surge, you can definitely field them better than I can.
How's the ETH part going today?
Yeah, it was a very successful launch. We had nearly 2,000 people already have purchased, so are actively holding. That really is going to be an important part of our entire ecosystem. I think we've created quite a diverse pool of tokens when you really think about it from the perspective of hedging your risk, the combination of USD being ultimately the mechanism in which you can pull out of crypto in a bear market, combined with the more bullish BNB tokens, and then obviously a leader with ETH and ultimately BTC as we launch those being really kind of upside. I think that there's a strong blend. Also, I don't know if you've heard, but Mark announced the concept of the Surge launch platform, so ultimately allowing for multiple new tokens to be able to put onto the ecosystem. And so that's going to allow for more diversified risk portfolios and allowing people to really leverage that ecosystem. I think it kind of parallels quite a bit with some of the things you guys were talking about today. And specifically regarding some of the areas of just general fraud and deception within the DeFi space. I think Mark has proven to be a shining light within that, and creating a platform in which people can create trustworthy tokens in a decentralized platform that is really going to be powerful.
He's brought some stock market type things to crypto and to DeFi that are really just crazy. It's almost like leveraged. You've got leveraged positions in all the different assets.
Absolutely. Yeah, just the sheer diversification, and then in combination with the bridging system, allowing for the reduced fees for swapping around and traversing that ecosystem is really going to allow people to take advantage of that in a way that makes sense, as well as just the arbitrage opportunities are endless.
So I got a question. Like, what's what's going to keep the people coming into, like, let's say the surge contracts, right? Because obviously, for the tokens that are pegged to the underlying asset, whether it be BNB and Ethereum, we understand that the price can go up, which will make everybody more money. But like, other than that, you still need additional people coming in to pay the 6% in and 6% out, right? You need volume and traffic both ways. So what's the plan to continue to grow that from a marketing perspective? To continue, it's a genius idea. I love the project. I'm involved in both, but how do you keep that going and continue to bring in this constant flow of people into this place? Because I mean, I feel like, look at SafeMoon, for instance, right? SafeMoon got to what, 2.5 million holders, and it's kind of stagnated, right? And we really haven't seen the traction with SafeMoon. So obviously they put a ton into marketing, billboards and everything else they've done from that aspect. Like, what's Surge's perspective on that?
Yeah, I mean, just the unique way in which we're establishing our contracts allows for essentially any token in the market space to be able to leverage our infrastructure and our contracts to be able to basically offer to their community. And so ultimately, through those partnerships and through our Surge Launch platform, the possibilities for continuously bringing in new communities is endless, as well as without divulging too much information, there are a number of partnerships that we already have in the works that have large communities that we could see potentially bringing in. And then obviously, as those tokens come into play, and as new tokens launch, at some point, even within our existing community, people are going to run out of funds that they can put in at any given moment, and so like they will want to participate in new tokens or different risk profiles, and are likely to begin transferring. The cool thing about this is that, like, no matter what is happening, whether it's buys or sells or transfers, the redeemable value of any Surge token is always going up. So there's always going to be net benefit, and even right now, as we see with certain tokens beginning to slow down with their respective growth rates, those slowdowns have each time resulted in sell-offs that have then picked back up the growth rate. So we're doing that at a smaller scale now. It's going to be really interesting to see how those patterns emerge long term. And ultimately, I've used this example in a few conversations. It's going to become very interesting when we reach closer to an equilibrium where buys and sells are essentially canceling each other out, maintaining a constant supply level, or sells are exceeding buys because the innovation that's happening and people are wanting to move on to other tokens within the ecosystem. That at that point the growth rate is going to significantly increase, as well as all of the transaction volume becomes essentially gravy that could, and again, not financial advice, could potentially look very similar to a more traditional compounding token, which this is inherently a linear token, but it could very much emulate some pretty serious growth should those events unfold.
Yeah, so one thing here, and this goes back to kind of the original way that the contract was launched, right? So when the contract was launched, it was kind of pitched that you can't lose money here, right? But in reality, you kind of can lose money, right? So if the underlying asset that it's pegged to tanks, right? Let's say your Ethereum today is at $3,000, and by some strange event overnight it drops 60%. There's a potential for your amount that you would pull out to be less than what you put in, right?
Yeah, and I think that is just a classic example of an innovator innovating more quickly, and not necessarily being strong in marketing, right? Like, Mark created something that was absolutely wonderful and had one view of it, which was that the underlying asset, in that case BNB, was always going to go up, and was excited about how that would function. And I think that the way that ended up being conveyed to the community with respect to that specific token was misunderstood, and that was a marketing miss for a company or for an organization that had no marketing department. We are working on improving that messaging now. However, the Surge USD token, it will always go up in value with respect to USD, and I think the misunderstanding within the community was well, how do you measure the value of something? Are you measuring it with respect to USD, which is the way that we would all kind of traditionally want to measure something? But inherently, by being invested in the DeFi ecosystem, at least at some level, we believe that the US dollar or fiat currency is not the future, and therefore, the corresponding assets are. And so, I know that certainly was Mark's view of the world, and that's probably why that false sense of security may have been misunderstood by the community, but we've certainly fixed that with USD. And I would also say that USD, I kind of caught the tail end of a conversation earlier where the idea was, with respect to a bank or a savings account, as being a very, very safe investment. I don't know if that was with regard to BUSD, but ultimately, through our bridges, every single one of our tokens is going to have a bridge to our USD token, which is essentially, like I said, your hedge in a bear crypto market to be able to lock in any gains that you have. And so I see long term that actually performing very well again in a bear crypto market.
Absolutely.
It's really awesome. It's really awesome what he's doing for sure. But you are right. He missed the mark in the beginning, and to be honest with you, it threw me off. And it's the reason I didn't invest. And now the last couple of days, last week or so, whatever, it will make you money. But in the beginning, when the project was like, this only goes up, I think it caused a lot of people who pay attention to economics to take a step back and go, you can't have an asset that only goes up. That's it. There's so many other things about finances and economics that fall apart if you find an asset that only increases in value.
Well, yeah, and I would say like that's fundamentally true on all of the other tokens except for BUSD, because
for sure. It's
a stable coin.
With the exception of obviously kind of inflation and the transitory properties that come with inflation. Like there's obviously other things that can affect the value of that dollar, like any other asset. But the very nature of that being stable and the way that this contract is written. The redeemable value in USD in this scenario will always go up, and all other corresponding tokens, their underlying asset value will always go up in redeemable quantity in its corresponding USD volume, with the exception of BUSD. That will fluctuate with market price.
Got you.
Yeah, I mean, just one thing, we tend to host a lot of spaces and have this conversation. So one thing that we do get consistently is people coming into our spaces and just telling us that, hey, this can only go up. So I think maybe there still is some confusion out in the community that's buying into this project. They're under this assumption that they can't go down. So I know, so maybe just take that away as maybe a little bit of a takeaway to your marketing guys, and come up with a clever way to explain, hey, if the underlying asset drops in value, or by some ridiculous amount, there's always a potential. But yeah,
that makes total sense, and I think that the beauty of it is that it's designed so that you will buy tokens that you believe in the long-term vision. And you think about it as tokens that you would have bought anyways, but then on Surge, where you have the added benefit of essentially on-chain reflections, right, where the value is going to go up, but you don't have basically a taxable event happening every time. And when I mean taxable, but I think that's a great point. And I'll make sure that we are more clear about like exactly how we are considering the measure of always going up on each respective token.
Hey, I got a lighthearted question for Michael and Search Capitalist here. Have you met our resident rapper Lou the Writer down there in the crowd?
I was actually going to mention the fact that he's out there, and we got to get him up here to rap for us.
Yeah, I would love to hear some rap.
I don't know if he'll rap, but he can come up here. I would love to hear from him, and I'm sure you heard from him or heard his rap. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, I did.
I love what he's doing.
I retweeted it the very first rap. I know there's been a couple since, but that first one, I was like, this is awesome. I got to get it out to everybody who I can get it out to at least.
Lou. Nobility hit up Lou the Writer.
Yo, Lou, you want to come up here, Lou?
Yeah, he's got his hand up. Let's bring him up here.
Lou, I'm hitting the button to bring you up here, buddy.
I'm seeing a SafeMoon Michael rap video in the near future.
Lou, try and drop out the AMA and then come back into it.
There he is.
There he is. Lou, welcome to the stage.
What up, guys? What's going on, Church? What's going on, Michael?
What's up, Lou?
Man, I'm chilling, enjoying listening to you guys chop it up, Surge Capitalist. Just just here vibing out, man. Michael, I know we haven't chopped it up in the spaces, man, but first thing I always tell everybody is like I'm never gonna rap in the spaces.
Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't been in the spaces with you. I won't ask again. I promise.
No, it's all good though, man. I definitely want to do a collab with you or something like that in the future. I like to do stuff that's like more well put together. Like even when I do those live raps, that's something I actually work on so that way when I present it, I can recite it correctly and all that.
Well, let's definitely connect. I'm happy to throw you in a video if you let's talk offline.
10%.
Okay.
10%.
For sure, man. I'll hit you.
Hey, no. 10%.
James wants to be my manager, man. So
Lou, I just want to see you get the bag, bro. I want to see everybody get the bag.
Hey,
I appreciate it.
That's my hope,
what
too.
we're here for, right? Yeah. But yeah, guys, I'm just happy to hear happy to be a part of the community, man. Michael, you and Joe really set off my my Twitter when y'all retweeted that. So thanks, man. I never got to tell you thank you in person. Well, voice to voice.
Yeah, no,
so.
we got a little bit of traction, me and Joe, but when Papa retweeted it, that's where it took off.
Right, for sure. Yeah. He definitely. What's funny is he before he tweeted it or retweeted it, he commented on it in the Facebook group actually.
Oh, really?
And like a couple of days before, so he probably just kept seeing it. Like, let me just retweet this because it's popping up, and he was getting tagged every time somebody retweeted. I'm sure, so he just like, yo, let me show some love. So I appreciate that too.
That's awesome.
If you guys, if the collab comes together, you heard it first here on the Noble Church of Peace SafeMoon, on that collab video there.
Looks like John the Noble wants to come up, and so does Pete Pope. If you guys want to drop me down, that's fine too.
Yo, guys, I just wanted to quickly say I've been a follower of the P Church for a while. And I just want to say I admire Pete James for the positivity that he always radiates in these spaces. Thank you, Pete James.
Go walk your dog, bully. Your dog's real mad about something.
Let's see here. Who?
I tried to let him up. Or that might be because I invited him to speak. I don't know if he actually has his hand up. I'm hitting the button to try and bring him up. The guy who put this whole church together is down there. I don't know why we let him get by not coming up here.
You guys can drop me down too, man, to make room.
Thanks, Lou. We appreciate you, brother. Yo, Lou, hit up SafeMoon Michael, man. I want to hear that collab for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we follow each other on Twitter, so just DM me.
I got you, bro, for sure. I'll shoot you a DM.
Sounds good.
What up, Great Adam 66? Who do you have a question for?
I got a question for Michael.
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing? I've been watching your videos for a couple months now. You actually got me into content creating. I just want to ask a simple question. How has SafeMoon changed your life?
How has SafeMoon changed my life? Well, I don't know if you were here in the beginning, but I was just kind of talking about how I got started. I've been in YouTube for a while, but I put myself to a challenge to create one piece of content a day for 30 days because I saw someone I watch on YouTube talking about it. So I wanted to create content around something I was interested in. And at the time, my friend just told me about SafeMoon a couple days back, actually like a week and a half back. So I started creating content around SafeMoon because that's what I enjoyed. That's what I wanted to talk about. And obviously, I'm sure you hear the enthusiasm in my voice when I do create videos. So that's what I plan to do. And because of that, while I have invested in SafeMoon, and I was also explaining I invested at all-time highs, while I do believe the price will continue to go up in time with transaction volume and everything else that I talk about in my videos, SafeMoon has changed my life just in the fact that I'm here in this space right now, having this conversation with all of you where, 3 months ago, you all would have never known who I was, and I wouldn't have, been in a situation where I can come on this stage and talk to everybody.
Cool.
So that's how it's changed my life.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Beautiful question. Beautiful question. We brought up the head of the Noble P Church. We got P, the P Pope up here. P Smart, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hey, Surge Capitalist.
Hey.
Like you said, herding cats. That's what I do around here too.
So you can certainly relate. Then it can be a handful.
Hey guys, I messaged Surge Capitalist earlier because we were having problems with decimal points, and he said, well, you remember once you get the answer, you have to multiply it by 10 to the 18th, and that's when we realized that we had all our money in the contract. So thanks, Surge Capitalist, for that.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'm glad I could help.
Michael, welcome to the church.
Hey, thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. When Edward said that you were coming, we were excited, and I made a flyer on my phone. So I hope you appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually so Peace Party. It's actually P SafeMoon Michael because he has crossed the bridge.
Oh, you know what? Peace blessings to you, Michael.
Hey, peace blessings to you,
guys. Thank you, Martin, Edward, and James. You guys definitely held it down while I was literally asleep at the wheel. So I love you guys. I'm going to step off stage and let you guys run your show.
Thank you. So, Michael, quick question for you, man. So I know you do a lot of these YouTube videos, but what do you like to do for fun, man? Like aside from making YouTube videos, what is it you do?
Honestly, I work full time. When I get out of my job, I create a YouTube video, and throughout the day, I'm looking at Twitter, compiling, information to put into a video that night. And I don't have too much free time at the moment, but things will clear up in the future. And what I like to do is go to the movies. That's it. Like I go to one movie a weekend. Specifically, AMC is what I go to, because they have very nice, comfortable seats. But also, I own their stock, and yeah.
Are you a rom-com guy?
I'm a big rom-com guy. No, I honestly do. I love any type of movie. I will literally go to the movies to see any movie. I just love the experience of being there. And yeah.
What's the last movie you watched?
I watched Suicide Squad last weekend.
Ooh, great.
I don't know if anyone saw it, but I thought it was entertaining. I liked it.
Absolutely, it was entertaining. I definitely enjoyed it for sure.
Yeah. I got one last question, man, and then again, if anybody wants to come up, just put your hand up, and then we'll probably wrap this thing up. Do you have any future plans of doxing yourself? And obviously, I mean that in the loosest way possible.
Yeah, no, definitely. I put out a community survey a month and a half, 2 months back, and I just said if I created another channel in front of the camera talking about more generalized crypto, finance, just things that I'm interested in, entrepreneurship, and more of like an educational style video, would you tune in? 55% of my viewers said they would. 45% of them said they wouldn't. So I still have plans to do something like that in the future. 100%. I just I don't know how it's going to play out yet. We'll just have to wait and see.
I like it, Michael. I have one question here for you, man. So, I know you're into the whole crypto space. I don't know if you've ever heard about the Project Nobility, but they're a token that launched to support the esports realm. They're having a tournament here in a couple. What is it? Now 13 days from now. It's a Warzone tournament. It's teams, duos, and I need a partner, bro. You want in? You want to be my partner?
I mean, if you're serious, I'm 1000% in.
Bro, I'm telling you. I mean, I'm not that great. My KD's like a 1.8, but
all right. That's. I thought you were about to say something way lower than that.
Oh man,
So
do not do me dirty here, Michael. You know what though? I've been looking for a partner, and you know, the Nobility are, you know, there's gonna be some real big time gamers on there, right? You're talking like the professionals, and you have like they just announced voiceover Pete, and they announced somebody else not too long ago. So there's gonna be some like high profile people on there. I heard some rumors of Kevin Hart, but you know, you never know. But yeah, man, I need a partner.
Wow. I will definitely be a partner with you. We could even we could potentially even stream. Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll get some clips, some highlights.
I got it, brother.
On the YouTube channel afterwards. But yeah, definitely hit me up.
Yo, think
I'm
about it,
happy
man.
to do that.
And if we win, it's $50,000 in Nobility tokens, brother. We'll split it 40-10. So.
Oh wow! All right. Well, I'm gonna have to spend a little more free time practicing.
Oh man, yeah, dude. If you're definitely interested, I'll get in your DMs, brother. I've been trying to get the CEO of Nobility, Kyle, to let me into this tournament here. But if I have a big YouTube star on my team, he has to let me in, right?
Yes, he does. Let's definitely connect. I'm down. Even if we don't make it into the tournament, let's run some duos or get a full squad going.
Dude, I love it, man.
I also play Warzone in my free time. That's another thing I forgot to mention. But yeah, I'm pretty much a nerd.
Awesome, man. I'm putting a tweet out right now. I'm gonna tag Kyle and Nobility saying I found a partner with more than 2 YouTube followers, so we're kind of a big deal.
That's awesome, Mike. That's real awesome of you, man.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Michael. Yep, definitely love having you up here. Anytime you want to talk, and anytime you want to come back over here, you are always welcome.
No, this was great. I love having these kind of conversations where it's not, you know, strictly focusing on SafeMoon and you know, we can be a little more lenient with the conversation.
There's usually 10 or 15 people. There's usually 10 or 15 people hanging out in the Discord, and the conversation can range from SafeMoon to you might pop in there and pop right back out. But everybody's always welcome, and you're more than welcome to just pop through.
Definitely. Well, I appreciate you guys having me, and thanks to everyone who was listening in. I hope you were entertained or educated in some sort of way. But if not, hopefully you had a good time.
Yeah, if you ever want to go deeper on Surge with me, I'm always available. Just let me know.
Oh yeah. No, I'm in the Discord, so I'll definitely connect with you.
Awesome.
But I'm excited for the future of Surge. I am.
Well, we appreciate your support.
Thanks everybody for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.